It's your opportunity to keep it real.
I'm keeping it real. They already know. I told you when I got mad, I already told you that.
You didn't give me.
Oh, yes, I did. Yes, I did. I definitely. Okay.
No, you did not.
It's okay. That was my payback for all the years of trauma. I just finally got my payback. So
okay, and what about the trauma your mama put you through?
Oh, I fuck her too. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. My mama gets dealt with around here. My mama gets dealt with. My mama gets dealt with. You know what about what about the what?
What about the what? Exactly.
I'm gonna say what about the.
I ain't trying to hear it. You already talking.
I said what about the trauma you put your.
The drama, no.
But then I forgot your mama's scared of you, so she can't even to you.
No, she not.
Yes, she is. She's scared to on her again. You gonna her again.
Many of us as black men have heard commentary that relates to our characteristics. And that commentary pretty much builds a case around toxic masculinity, mommy issues, situations like that. And in response to that, you'll hear black women say stuff like this.
Black women are the most abused race out of any other demographic in the world. And a lot of times, yes, that comes from black men. Black men, not all, but enough. When black men date black women, they often are in competition with them. When their black woman makes more money than they do, they feel resentment. They feel hatred. They get angry. They get violent. I am not just making this up. These things have been studied before.
And there you have it. Black men are the predators of the world, and black women are defenseless because let some people tell it, black men are just that bad. But let's hold those horses real quick, because the first clip that you saw today was of a young woman admitting that she did something to an ex-boyfriend, and she did it more than once, which was to, as she put in her own words, burn him. And this wasn't by accident. It wasn't like she didn't know that she didn't have whatever she had. This was on purpose. But this isn't the first time, even this week, we've heard it. Remember this clip of the young lady who said that she knowingly gave a guy, you know what? Let's play that clip.
I have her is because I put it on the internet about 2 weeks before this down and told people that that I had that and so whenever that happened in the bathroom, I was out of my mind drunk, like, and it's kind of hard to be able to tell somebody when something happens that fast. I went into the bathroom after my friend, making sure she was straight because she went to the wrong bathroom, and she ended up going into a stall, so I went in the one next to her because some dude was in front of her trying to protect her door, so nobody came after her. So I went into the one right next to her, went to the bathroom, all that happened like so fast. Like, y'all can't expect me to be able to like do that fast, like be able to say it that fast. I mean, it happens, but like my name is getting like dragged around the whole like city, all the way to Miami and Texas, when none of y'all came to me asking me what the happened. None of y'all know who the I am. Y'all are just seeing a perception of me on the internet when I was drunk. Like, none of y'all knew me before because I stay in my lane and make my money. Like, all y'all are just believing some picture and video of me that happened when I was drunk. Like, come on now, you don't even know me sober. You don't even know who I am sober. You just seen a video of me drunk. I'm 18. I'm 18, bro. Like, I was drinking too much. I know, like, why was it even recorded in the first place?
Now, this is just bold, you know, like, just think about this. Just like, I'm going to just come out on the internet and say something like this because I know that as a lady, you can't do anything about it. You're going to deal with it or just shut up about it. That's pretty much what they're saying, and we're going to publicly put it out there. Now, if you were a man that were to say something to that effect, listen, you are going to get canceled, you're going to lose your job, and you may even go to jail. The reality that I want to talk about today is that you have these women that have personal issues. And a lot of times men are interacting with these ladies. And of course, now when it comes to you, you're not supposed to have any problems. But when it comes to a lot of ladies you're interacting with, you're supposed to deal with their problems. And I do understand that that is a part of masculinity, solving problems, but it's not worth putting yourself into danger for somebody that has emotional issues. Now, the young man was saying in the clip, he was saying, well, what about your mom? Your mom did XYZ to you. What are you going to do to her? And she probably was like, oh, I got something for her. And this is what a lot of black men are dealing with. A lot of black men are dealing with ladies that when you deal with them, they have underlying issues that typically have nothing to do with you. It could be the father is not there. And we all know that a lot of sisters, whether they want to admit it or not, they can have a tumultuous relationship with their mom. And what you walk into is a person that is already broken before you got there. Now, when that person is broken before you got there and something goes wrong, they'll just shift the blame to you. And, you know, you're the one that's the abuser and all of these things. And even if you react into a way where she's being, you know, negative towards you, and if you just don't walk away and not say anything, then you're going to become an aggressor. The story is different. Like, so either if you just walk away and just take the abuse and don't say anything, but if somehow you stand up for yourself or defend yourself or anything like that, you'll also be looked to in a very negative way. That's typically how they play, guys. And what I want to say is, for a lot of these ladies out here who are exhibiting this behavior, what is a man supposed to do with somebody who acts like that? There is absolutely nothing that a man can do with a woman who talks and acts like this. Okay? Here's what women who have this perspective or who at least act like this, and I know you're going to say that you don't act like this, but just ask any of your friends. If you remotely act like this, you don't even need to be dating. What you really need to be doing is you need to get professional help, like very bad. You need to seek counseling. You need to seek assistance. You need to seek professional guidance as to why your perspective towards people in general is like that. Don't go out there and ruin some man's life because you're not ready to date. Don't go out there and do that, because let me tell you something, right? And I'll defend women to this point. It's not a woman's job to heal your wounds. Okay? These people, they're women. They have their own lives. They were already, they don't deserve your problems or issues. You need to learn how to control yourself. And that's something that, as men, we got to be accountable for. It's not your job to ruin somebody else's life or somebody's perspective because you're not ready as an individual. But that seems to be one-sided advice. It seems to me that ladies, no matter how distraught they are and how many problems they have, they get out and then they get into these relationships with these guys where they're going to perform very poorly in the relationships because you don't have any infrastructure that, allows you to interact with somebody on a positive level. And so when things start crumbling and things fall apart, then you want to be accountable and shift the blame. And then if you do something to somebody, it's like, oh, well, it's their fault. But you knew what was going on the whole time. And then you wonder why you have toxic masculinity, as you ladies would call it, or you have men who just, don't trust women anymore. It's because they've been through situations like this, like women doing things, saying mean things, playing you behind your back. It's a lot of things that men have went through that also make them broken because they have dealt with broken people. And then when men decide that they don't want to deal with women, or they may have some suspicions about it, you call it toxic masculinity, as if women don't have any role into how a man's behavior or how he feels. Like if a black woman is susceptible about black men, I can understand it because I can understand that there's some black men making mistakes. But on the flip side, when men have that same suspicion towards women or black women in particular, then all of a sudden you don't know where it came from. It came from people like this. And although everybody's not putting their information out on the internet, yeah, we do have people like this in the black community. for sure. And they are there and they don't care. And it's more than what you want to talk about, right? Because we all have very little few friends. And the reasons why is because we don't come across the nicest people all the time. And so, guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.